Oh, this is interesting. Satellite prep. That's very convenient on the outside of your coach. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that's a spot to store your sewage hose. That's very convenient back here in the end of your coach. This is the rear one-piece molded fiberglass cap, and it actually works in conjunction with the front cap to reduce aerodynamic drag. It's quite a design. Oh, and first glance, these just look like running lights, but this one actually is a backup light. It illuminates everything behind the camper, so when you're backing up your unit, you can see any obstacles. And over here, you have your shore power 50 amp connection. Also, every unit comes standard with one of these ladders so you have access to the roof. I'm going to go up and take a look. One nice thing about the Everest roof is you can walk on it. It has a 3/8 inch walkable roof decking, very, very strong. And it is a one-piece rubber roof that comes with a 12-year limited warranty. One of the best in the industry. And I also noticed that it has like a crown shape to it. That'll definitely help with the water runoff. Also, if you look over here in the corner, the roof goes right around the corner. That'll definitely aid in water runoff. Boy, they build these units nice. The more I look at this unit, the more I like it. Oh, what's behind this door? Oh, that's convenient. We're at the rear of the camper right now, and here's your electrical rear jack switches. Right where they should be, next to the jacks. One push of a button, you either retract them or extend them. Something I noticed on some of the competition is they had some type of a device that you had to manually lower or raise your jacks. That's too much work for me. I'll tell you another thing I saw on the internet. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is really interesting. You look behind this rubber here. We were talking about rain runoff up there on the roof. You see this channel right here? Any water that remains on the side of your slide runs into this channel and then is guided all the way down and out the bottom of the unit. No water gets into the inside of your coach. That's a little feature that I really like. It's those little hidden things like that that I really like about the Everest. There's a whole lot of them on this coach. Matter of fact, here's an interesting feature. You see that up there? That is like a rain gutter. And the thing on the end there, that is a rain spout. You'll find that running the full length of the coach and on your slide outs. Why is that important? Because what happens is the water will run down the front of your coach and leave those black marks. That virtually eliminates it. It's those little things like the rain gutters on the top of this Everest that make a big difference. So when you're out shopping for your fifth wheel, make sure you look for the little details. You'll be glad you did. One thing I noticed on some of those other units is the construction. When I look at this Everest, I just can't help but think it's made by top professionals. It is so strong and rugged. It has a very solid feel to me, and I like that. It is definitely well built. Hey, take a look at this. This is interesting. This is something I noticed on those other units. This bulb seal right here on the back side of the slide, I noticed the other units would use glue to attach it to the back side. This bulb seal rides in its own track. Now that tells me they were thinking about longevity. That's a nice feature. Another thing everybody raved about online was the size of the Everest door. It is a full 30 inches wide, 6 feet 4 inches tall. And that comes in really handy when your arms are full and you have to walk in and out of the coach, you don't hit your elbows. The competition doors are only about 28 inches wide and a lot less than 6 feet 4 inches tall. Another thing that made me uncomfortable with the competition was the entry steps. I really like these steps. They have what you call is a curved radius step, and when you step on them, it has a much deeper stepping surface. It feels very secure when you enter and exit the coach. And here's a nice little touch. At night, the steps are lit. There's a little light under here, so you don't have to worry about fumbling or stumbling in the dark. And while I'm out here, I got something else I want to show you. Located on the front of this fifth wheel, behind this door, is the mechanical compartment. This is where you'll find the 12-volt batteries that operate the coach. There's also the hydraulic pump for the slides located here. There is also a very unique feature not found on other fifth wheels, and that is the selector valves. What you can do with these valves is operate the slides independently. Let's say you pull into a truck stop, you want to run back and get something out of the refrigerator and you only want to open one slide. All you have to do is adjust the valve, push a button, and just that slide operates. Another nice feature on the Everest is the manual override. And the reason you would need that is if you had a full electrical failure, both 12 volts and 110 volts, you can still operate your slides. It's very simple. All you need is a cordless drill and a hex bit. You pop out this little access port, run your hex bit into the back of the hydraulic pump. Pull the trigger and your slides will hydraulically retract. Also located in the mechanical compartment is your battery disconnect switch. You turn this to the off position anytime you are storing your fifth wheel. That eliminates drain on your batteries. I've looked at a lot of units, and what's become abundantly clear is the design engineers at Keystone have put a lot of thought into designing the Everest. Everything seems to be right where it belongs. And they've also added a few things that I don't find on the competition. Take, for example, the front activity light. There's 3 of them on the Everest. One on the front of the coach, one in the rear of the coach, and on the opposite side of the coach. The competition only had 1. Like I said earlier, it's the little things that make a big difference. On the outside of your coach, you'll also find a 110 volt outlet and an output for your video signal from the inside of your coach. So you can take a television from the inside and move it to the outside. If you're like me and you like to watch the sunset and listen to your favorite music, the Everest has 2 stereo speakers located right under the awning. One thing I really like about the Everest are the windows. You can get them in 2 styles, single pane or double pane. I'm really interested in the double pane because of the thermal insulation value. They are deep tinted safety glass, and what's really nice about that is that on those hot days when the sun is pouring into your coach, it keeps things nice and cool. And not only that, all of the windows on the Everest open for ventilation. If you ever had to operate a mechanical awning, you know how cumbersome it is. Many times it needs 2 people. Standard on the Everest is a one-touch electrical awning, and the side arms are adjustable. Let me show you how that works. This is a really nice feature, and you won't find it on the older designs. The reason they added it is so you can adjust your awning for proper water runoff. All you do is simply grab the arm, slide it forward, turn the knob, and you're done. Now you have the perfect slope for water runoff. I could spend all day looking at the exterior features on this Everest, but you have got to see the inside. It is fabulous.